live on YouTube right now. Currently, I'm streaming on Kick. How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Lucius El Zorrito, excuse me. Today, we'll be talking a little bit about Carmelo Anthony. Obviously, how I feel about his parents, how I feel about foundational Black Americans, and how they are reacting to specifically the verdict and everything that's coming up after the verdict, the fallout with Charleston White and the Carmelo Anthony family. I'm just going to be brushing over a few of these topics. I know that they are very important for many Black Americans and people who care about these subjects. But in my opinion, all of this is just an example of like the crumbling inside the United States. Let's just put it that way. The failed, what is it? One drop rule that dominated the United States racial politics is pretty much dwindling. It's not gaining as much influence as it used to because no one is actually defending it so fervently as much as they used to, with the exception of specifically Black Americans and maybe like white progressives. Um, I don't think that we should really trust white progressives in general. I think Malcolm X had his suspicions correct about white liberals as he did with white conservatives. I think the issue here is, whether or not race as a subject or as an idea should really hold a lot of weight in society. In my opinion, obviously, I think race is a dumb concept. But for Black Americans and white Americans, they love race so much. So if they want to talk about race constantly, that kind of drags me, people who are mixed race, into conversations of like whiteness versus blackness and whatnot. So it's dumb. It's really dumb. But if people want to drag like Latinos into these conversations about white and black and who aligns with what X Y Z, blah blah blah. You're not gonna like the answers that we are going to bring. So when it comes to specifically Carmelo Anthony, which is what we're going to base the subject on today, um, Carmelo Anthony is nothing more than a victim of poor parenting. All right, I've stated this earlier on the Kick live stream. It's not entirely his fault. Yes, the violence that he committed is entirely his fault, but his behavior, the reason why he just justifies himself being so innocent, the reason why his family is just out there defending him and then making it so racial, it's very clear that this is not a systemic problem. It's very clear this is not a racial problem on behalf of specifically Austin Metcalf, but specifically on behalf of Carmelo Anthony's family. They are the ones that are being racist, right? So, Carmelo Anthony, in my opinion, are being used by his racist family members, by foundational Black Americans. His family members only want to grift for their own benefit, in my personal opinion, okay? I think that they are just after the money. That's all that they are after. Now, foundational Black Americans, they don't care about the money per se. What they care about is creating the narrative that white people are trying to kill black people because it gives them more funding or more support for any of their like ridiculous movements on like TikTok or their Discord servers, etc., etc., etc. It adds fuel to their fire, you know? If you see a white man killing a black man, it doesn't matter the context of it, doesn't matter if it was justified for it on behalf of the white man to defend themselves. The FBA's Foundational Black Americans will use that specific event, spin it in however context. Even if the white person was the victim, they will say that the black person was the victim because the white person incited the black person. So these people are just like dangerous people. So Carmelo Anthony is being used by this same group of people, by that same group of people that likes to racialize a bunch of these horrific events that happen to completely innocent people, or even like random events. They try to racialize it because it's all a grift. They're all just after money. They're all trying to make a profit. They're all trying to steal from specifically dumb liberals, dumb, retarded white liberals, dumb, stupid black liberals. They're trying to get them to fund their own bullshit and to fund their own scams. Like, for example, Black Lives Matter. What was Black Lives Matter? It was nothing more than a giant fucking ass scam. It was a bunch of black people claiming that white people were coming out there trying to kill them. And guess what happened? Nearly most of these mainstream operations of Black Lives Matter, including the international organization, was exposed for fraud, was exposed for laundering money, was exposed for using the money not for the benefit of black people as a whole, but for the specific benefit of specific black people, black families that were specifically connected to those same organizations. So you can't trust these organizations simply because they are pro black, pro XYZ, pro blah 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 blah. Because eventually what's going to happen is that these organizations are going to, well, fund somebody like Carmelo Anthony, fund his rhetoric and then promote a narrative that isn't true in order for people to donate to not only the family, Carmelo Anthony's family, but also to their own causes. Because that's what it's about. It's about money. It's about creating a narrative and tricking people about things that aren't true. You know, the Southern Poverty Law Center is a good example of this, right? You know, I'll get back to Carmelo Anthony in a second. The SPLC is a good example of this. They specifically funded individuals that were tied to racialized organizations, racist organizations, specifically those that target people on the basis of race or ethnicity. So the SPLC did these things, and guess what? What was the SPLC? They were working under the guise of social justice, of going after those that abuse minorities. But look at that. They were funded because many of these organizations fund the racism. It's like a firefighter, like a private firefighter or a private fire department that only makes money when a fire happens. Well, if there are no fires happening, how can they make money? How can they make a profit? What are they gonna do? Release a fucking what? A calendar every month? Every year? With sexy firefighters on it? $20 a dollar or $20 a pop? Let's get real. Let's get real. A private fire department is probably gonna light its own fires, right? It's in the department of putting out fires. It's in the industry of putting out fires, not selling magazines, not selling calendars. They could if they wanted to be in the printing industry, but that's the whole point. Organizations like the SPLC, organizations that align themselves with these ridiculous ass people. That's what they do. So Carmelo Anthony is ultimately being used by the organizations and by the corporations and by his own family members. Let's see. People are saying hi. What's up? How are you? I'm doing good. I appreciate it. But yeah, so it's just really tiring. I'm just really tired, and I'm really tired of seeing all of these people just being so stupid, racializing things that don't need to be racialized. But if people want to racialize them, you know, as a Latino, as a Hispanic, somebody who's multiracial, I don't mind saying my opinion because I think all of it's fucking retarded anyways. So that's fine by me. That's fine by me. So I don't know how closely this relates to Donald Trump though, because I don't think Donald Trump has really said much about the whole Carmelo Anthony case. Not from what I can remember. I don't think that there's anything on Truth Social. Let me check right now, actually, because I'm pretty sure that he said nothing on Truth Social. He probably said something regarding the family of Austin Metcalf. Real Donald J. Trump. Yeah, he didn't say anything on it. I thought he did though. Yeah, he didn't say anything on it. I just subbed. Much respect for you, my bro. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, be sure to subscribe, you guys. If you guys are watching over on YouTube, Kick. I also have a Rumble channel. I also have a TikTok. I am streaming on Rumble. Oh, excuse me. I'm streaming on YouTube and Kick currently because I am banned off of TikTok for 2 days, or I cannot stream for 2 days on TikTok. So that's why I'm streaming on here. So I'm trying to build up, diversify. But yeah, I'm pro Latino, pro Hispanic. I focus on conservative positions, Latino conservative positions in the United States. A bit pro Trump. I don't support Black American or white American quote unquote supremacy. I think that's dumb. I think race is dumb. But if people want to argue on a basis of race, I don't mind having fun with it. You know, I'm gonna call a cracker a cracker. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call that little nigga a little nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because being multiracial is actually the most. Being multiracial in the year 2026, with this whole time period of everybody being fucking pussies, I think it's fucking hilarious. I think it's great. It is no better time to be right now than a mixed race person inside the United States. Like, literally no better time. This is your time to shine right now as a mixed person. I'm just saying. Because if I say cracker, nobody can get upset with me. Technically, you know. If I say nigga, nobody can get upset with me. And I think it's funny. If I say retard, people can get upset with me, but I don't give a fuck. So it's like one of those things. It's like one of those things. How can you cancel something that's uncancelable? You know? Not saying that I am uncancelable, but I'm saying, like, how can you cancel somebody that doesn't care? Genuinely. It's like trying to cancel Nick Fuentes. You can't really cancel Nick Fuentes. Because my boy doesn't give a fuck, you know? He doesn't give a shit. He does not give two shits. Got a notification. Well, nothing. Pointless notification for no reason. Okay, so let me delete that previous live stream. I don't need that one up. Okay, so let's go down to what is it? Donald Trump right now says, because lots of people are complaining. Well, Democrats are always complaining about someone, about some false deals that were never made regarding what billions of dollars allegedly being or going to be sent to Iran, even though that wasn't a part of the recent deal. I think that the mainstream media truly are enemies of the American people, and not just the American people. I think that they are enemies of, like, the world. They feel very comfortable promoting lies on camera because they feel as though that they are protected, and many times they are legally protected. This is why I say, like, in times of war, people say, oh, journalists should be protected in times of war. To what degree, in my personal opinion, right? To what degree exactly can we distinguish between a propagandist that's lying about some events versus somebody that is actually a victim? You know? Because you have these videos that come out and people in Israel, people that are victims, but the fact is that they are professional victims. These are people that get paid to produce content that isn't actually real. They look as though that they are victims. They pretend that they are dead on camera or injured on camera to commit fraud. Mind you, this is happening in a war zone. So if you think it's already difficult to prove somebody is committing such fraud in a stable environment like the United States, where you have cameras everywhere, right? If you think that's, difficult or possible, then it must be extremely difficult over in, like, a war zone. So what the fuck, dude? So in my opinion, many times that many of the videos that you see online specifically from like Iran, from Palestine, from these events, many times they're not even from those same events. They're not even from that same time period. It's not even from that specific war. It could have been from like a previous war from who knows from when. Lots of times it's just lies, it's just propaganda. So I do not trust the media in any way, shape, or form. I don't trust mainstream media. I don't trust random YouTubers. I don't even trust myself sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important for people to have some levels of skepticism about the media. Just because somebody claims that they are the media in a war zone, that doesn't mean that they actually are. Just because somebody is saying, "Oh, I'm only here covering the," but they're dressed in black plaid clothing, in armor, with a gas mask and a Molotov in their hand, but they have a camera. Just because they have a camera, so all of a sudden they are a reporter. They are with the camera hitting a person. Yeah, they aren't involved in it. No, they aren't a journalist at that point. A journalist does not involve themselves directly with violence in something that they are trying to report in. So these people are not journalists, ultimately. But that like kind of goes into multiple tangents. That goes into like Antifa over and over again. That goes into protests, at the ICE detention centers. It goes into mainstream CIA propaganda regarding WMDs, weapons of mass destruction. It encompasses all of that bullshit. This is why you cannot trust. You should always have some level of skepticism. Because these motherfuckers do not give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you. They want to see you die. And if they don't want to see you die, they want to see you enslaved. Giving you, or making sure that you work your life to give them a better lifestyle until they die. That's what it is. And once people start realizing that, then, it'll get better. Savannah, how's it going? ¿Cómo estás? I also recommend people learning the laws of their respective states. You don't have to be like a lawyer or anything. Just like know like the gist of certain laws. You want me to do a flip? Okay, look, flip. I flipped the coin. I'll do it again. There you go. See? Now subscribe. I did what you wanted. Now subscribe. Send greetings. Greetings are sent. Tapioca. Greetings are sent. So how's everybody today? How's everybody's night, evening, day, morning? How's the butt sex? I'm just kidding. How's your night? Or how's your night? Excuse me. By the way, I'm having some fun on Kick right now. I appreciate the people on Kick. Does this count as me watching my own stream? I don't think it does. See, it's all of a sudden people want to chat in the comment section and then they don't want to chat anymore. Once you achieve creator status, your subscriptions will be enabled via your new revenue page. Okay, cool. I wonder if it counts mobile streams as well. All right, you guys, there's only like a few of us here. What's going on? Give me some comments. Give me something. I need something to work with. You guys are boring the fuck out of me. Give me something. Like, I'm not gonna twerk. So what's going on? Give me something to work with. What are we gonna watch? What videos are we gonna watch? What's the news? Rumble is up by, let me see. Rumble stock. Let's see. Yahoo Finance. Rumble stuck. I said stuck. Let's see. Dow Jones is up by 0.33%. That's very nice. Very nice. Okay, so S&P 500 is up by 0.9. Bitcoin just fell by 5%, nearly 5%. Wow. Bitcoin down, down, down. It's going down. Oh my god. Oh my god. Buy, sell, sell, sell. This is my opinion. It's not trading advice. Gold has fallen by 3%, which is actually very interesting. Currently, the price of gold is $4,252 for an ounce, I believe. Oil is still going down. That's actually pretty good. That is not too bad. From the last month, oil has been down 32.26% according to Yahoo Finance, as of 11:41 and 51 seconds Eastern Time. Huh. It's crazy to see the shorts on Rumble, though. I can't believe it, honestly. Okay, so you know what? For those that are watching on YouTube, I do appreciate you guys watching, but I am gonna have my YouTube live streams limited to a certain degree because I don't want to have these continuous live streams that are continuously going. I'm just gonna save my piece, do my video. If you guys remain and make comments, that's awesome. I'll remain and continuously continue the live stream. But if you guys aren't gonna make comments, I'm just gonna see myself out. So I'm gonna continue live streaming on YouTube, or excuse me, on Kick. So I'm gonna see you guys on Kick. If you guys want to follow me on Kick, it's Luchi Cholito. Okay, LuChiCholito. All right. I may come back and do another one of these mini live streams. I'll probably do live streams about 20 to 30 minutes each, because if you guys aren't gonna comment, then I'm not gonna stay on here. So I'm out, you guys. I'll hit you guys up on the next one. Follow me on TikTok. Of course, that's where most of my viewers are anyways. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. It was a fucking waste of time.